It is chronic.
It's like the first word that I've ever known out of all these ones we've had this entire year.
All of the words that you've been working with are ACT words, SAT words or something like that, so.
Is it?
Yes, he is. Yeah. Yes.
Worked
So-
perfectly, Kinsey.
Okay, so go ahead and get started with your word of the week. You're doing chronic, which as Melissa cheered is a well-known word.
Would you like me to show you the comic?
I will work with you on that next period.
What do you mean?
If you're going to show it to me, it's not for this class.
Are you? Oh, right.
I can
Yeah. Oh, thanks. They're kind of chipping sadly, but I like the color.
I like your hair outfit.
Thank you. You ladies had fun?
Yes, I went shopping, unfortunately.
Yes.
Oh, me too.
I don't fall out my bracelet.
Sometimes shopping is a good
Boy.
thing, but
I spent.
I
Was
went
it Fall Out
shopping.
Boy?
Yes.
Oh, it's mine now.
No.
I bought that for her. Technically, it should
Technically.
be mine.
Technically, no.
Technically, you owe me $7.
Yep, technically I have it to you by tomorrow.
I like it. All right.
Thank you. I like it.
That's beautiful. All right. Get your word of the week done. We'll do spelling. I'm gonna hand back your quiz, your test, Twitter assignment, and then do a little extra review, and then I'm gonna get you started on vocab because you guys are doing units 1 through 3 review.
I did terrible on the vocab. I always do.
On the vocab quiz?
Yes.
I got 100.
I got 96. I said I
I
had
don't know
96,
how
and then she looked at me like,
I got 100.
I saw a rebel in your glory and can.
Okay. So what you're going to be doing with your units 1 through 3, the review that you're gonna have is going to have 100 question tests instead of the short ones that you're used to. I'm going to try my hardest to get you review time. There's a lot of assessments that are online. It's more than just the 6 that you're used to. I think it's 10. I'm assigning it to you today. You should have time to work on it today. You shouldn't take too long. Doing Romeo and Juliet.
Okay.
So I will give you time today, but you have to find time outside of school to also get this done. It is as much homework as it is going to be some classwork, so. Sadly, all our Romeo and Juliet things run so long. Because they're fun, and I like having fun. LOL. Yeah, so, have to work on chronic.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
I just saw his name in the dictionary. I apparently don't know my alphabet.
It's a Monday. It's Pi Day.
It's National Pie Day. I'm so happy I wasn't looking. Oh my god. I love pie. This word's like perfect.
That's a really bad one.
Chronic. I was looking for some reason it said chromatic.
That's a different word. It starts with the chromatic. See, no, I think it's,
Chromatic is an adjective. Also, it's not. Chromatic means of or related to color or.
chromatic is like a color scheme.
Yeah.
Has anyone heard chronic used in a sentence before?
No.
Chronic back
Yes, I
pain.
have.
Chronic what?
Back pain.
Back pain?
Pain in general.
Illness. Broaden it even more. Have most of you heard it they use that way? I'm chronically sick or something. Or
Cipher.
Stick to
What does
chronic.
cipher mean?
It's like a code thing.
Chronic disease.
Yeah.
Like decipher?
Yes.
What's the cipher? to name in the
I started
dictionaries?
to go on first and figure out why I can't.
Okay. I'll have to do that sometime. I don't know about right now.
That is not uncommon.
At noon school? Not bad.
By watch.
It was $65 a Hot Topic. We went to Walmart and had like all the same stuff for like $7.
It was terrible. There was a Deadpool shirt, it cost like $25.
This was $20.
And that was what in Walmart, it cost $5.
This
Terrible.
was 20 though.
My casting
Yeah,
shirt
I
was
spent $100
I was
in Hot Topic alone.
I got a, wait, how much did you spend in Hot Topic?
100.
I spent like $40 in Hot Topic.
It was amazing.
I
Did
just
you
spent
have that
$70 to have my hair gently like balayaged, like bleached, so it's got little blonde tips now. $70 on top of like whatever else I spent money on, you know. So
I got $100.
I had $100.
You should have been able to pay back my 60, man.
Well, that was only for the trip. I have to wait till the summer to actually pay my mom back for that as well.
And technically, wasn't she buying you stuff a while ago at
No,
the
she
pit
wasn't.
stop? Because Erin said something.
I know I spent,
Okay.
I did buy a couple things for you, but,
you guys can settle your debts later.
okay.
So let's just go on now with
I have a
spelling.
signed document that says how much she owes me.
That's fine. Okay. Word number 1 is summary. I would like you to provide me a summary of the reading. Summary. Number 2 is superior. He is of a superior breed. Superior. Number 3 is suppress. I cannot suppress these feelings. Suppress. Number 4 is surprise. It was a complete surprise to me. Surprise. Number 5 is survey. I took a survey of the land. Survey. Number 6 is suspense. The suspense is killing me. Suspense. Number 7 is suspicion. That raises in me great suspicion. Suspicion. Number 8 is temperament. She is of a fine temperament. Temperament. Bless Melissa. Number 9 is tendency. He has a strange tendency to lick your nose. There you go. Tendency. It's a dog. He's a dog.
Okay, I think the dog's happy.
Number 10 is thorough. I would like a thorough report on the matter.
I
Thorough.
always get this
I
word
thought
wrong.
Number 11 is transferring. I'm transferring money to you. Transferring. Where am I now? Oh, there we go. So 12 is tremendous. You have been a tremendous help. Tremendous. Thank you, Zephyr. 13 is truly. I am truly grateful. We teach you, Mommy. I can write now. Number 14 is animus. What do I want to say that word is? Unanimous.
What?
Sorry, I just jumped into
Means mutual agreement or
unanimous. Yep, it was a unanimous decision.
Can you say the word again?
Unanimous. And number 15 is unfortunately. I am unfortunately busy this weekend. Unfortunately.
Speaking of that, Saf, you need to spend the night sometime.
We've talked about this.
Speaking of
Not in class, thank you.
parents.
Okay, what are you missing, Erin?
3.
Okay, number 3 is suppress. I cannot suppress these feelings.
How do you spell that?
Suppress, S-U-P-P-R-E-S-S.
I needed one more
S
P.
U.
I feel it.
Happy nuggets.
Happy nights.
P-P-R-E-S-S.
Okay.
Suppress your anger, Melissa. Suppress the anger of the peas. The peas. I forgot one P.
It's okay, potato. I thought you meant peas like peas and potatoes, and I was like, why are you mad at peas? Anyway, and then number 8 is temperament. She is of a fine
How
temperament.
do you spell tendency?
T-E-N-D-E-N-C-Y.
That is like the
How
first
do you spell
time I've
number
ever-
14?
How do you spell it?
Unanimous,
Yeah.
U-N-A-N-I-M-O-U-S.
That was so off.
I put like all the vowels in that one, in that one spot right there.
Just a shot, all of
How
them.
did you spell it?
Okay.
Oh, U-N-A-N.
Everyone good on it?
M-O-U-S.
I spelled it U-N-A-M-A-O-U-S because I didn't understand what you said.
I first wrote it on.
Okay,
Nice.
so I just got these in this
so
ready
nice.
So, you guys did okay on these. You had trouble with the whatever, the note card project that I gave you, so hopefully you went over that and you did a little bit better, but there were just a few places where
I
like,
hated doing that. I was so confused.
Oh my gosh, I knew that. I did quite well.
How did you do?
18 and 19. What'd you get?
17.
Oh,
That was difficult.
And good night, parting is such sweet sorrow. I remembered your poem. Parting is such sweet sorrow as Romeo has said to Juliet.
okay.
I remember that. That's why I remember it's pretty well.
So you did okay on those, which was, I mean, okay. I hope that this is kind of a wake-up call on what you need to study and what you need to look at a little bit more. When you're looking at this text, there's a whole lot to examine. But to be able to know who says what in the text and to be able to know who plays what role is part of the plot and part of what we've been looking at, especially from Act 1. So, let's see, and then I have your Twitter if you wrote these down. You lost 10% if you turned it in late already, and I guess I want to ask you all firstly what your struggles were with getting this done. Why was this so difficult to get done over a weekend? Melissa, your grade is online. I put it as a note on your thing, so you did well. But I mean, was it?
I did so bad.
What is this? What did you mean by this?
I did better than me.
I can do individual comments in a minute, but what I want you all to, I'm asking you a question. Why was this so difficult? Was it because it was an online project and you've never done one before? Do you actually not have any experience using technology like I thought? I mean, I anticipated for all of you that you would be pretty tech savvy in using Snapchat and Twitter.
I
And
have Snapchat.
This was like, I was pretty hard on the circumstances.
Okay. I gave you that extra Friday in hopes that if you had questions, you would come and ask me. And I'm a little bit concerned that with these grades, I didn't hear from any of you until Monday morning at 7 from Melissa first. But
I'm really hoping that this was like input last quarter.
yes, it is.
I'm also really hoping this didn't bring my grade down to a B.
Most likely did.
You know what my grade is?
I can check those later, but I don't know. What I want you to take out of this, what I'm hoping that we can start doing better is firstly communicating, because when I gave it to you on Google Docs, I've seen you all use it in class, so if you don't have internet at home, you should have either contacted me before, Saturday or Sunday. Holding off your homework that late obviously doesn't work out very well for any of us. Yes, Jennifer?
Did you do the extra credit thing with AR?
I am not in charge of AR at home. So,
I didn't get any out of it. Neither did I.
it's due Tuesday.
I'll get it.
Wait, so it's due tomorrow.
Yes, it was, I think I missed telling this class this, but it was going to be due Friday last week, of course, because that was when the quarter ended. but because we missed those days, he gave you an extension until
They're still
tomorrow.
gonna get put in last quarter, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that'll probably be more like that because I have like extra that I want.
So, anyway, so I
Yeah,
don't know
and
if there was just, I wasn't clear enough in my directions, were you guys really, really confused when you got home and looked at it, or did you just not look at it, or?
Kind of both.
I was confused about how many we had to do.
Cause I I very specifically put all of it on the PowerPoint for you to look at, so did you reference it, did you look through it before?
I couldn't get into my Gmail because I'm not signed in naturally there.
At home?
Yeah. I can't remember my password and I was already signed on the school computer,
Okay.
so yeah.
Cause you can even reset your password, I mean, it doesn't take long to just reset it and have access to it that way too.
Is there a way to find it on the computer, like if you just?
I don't think that there's a way to find it, I think that you can only reset it, they won't ever send it to you, they will just have you fix it, so. I was kind of worried also about the lack of troubleshooting that you all did, even though if you didn't have internet or you didn't understand the assignment, I didn't hear from any of you until Monday at all, actually until class, you didn't come up to me before class, you didn't try to approach me about it any earlier.
Monday, I came up to you second period.
You did, Erin, so that was good, and that was fine.
I left a note.
You did on your project and you had all the pieces done, you just didn't know how to do one thing. And that's different because you reached out to me and you had it done. But for those of you who don't have internet or computers, or it was just a very, I mean, you could have at least done it on paper first and said I didn't have it, but this is even just a rough draft or something, but, it all
See,
ranged.
I had already had the pictures and stuff, but then I had started the paper for the Snapchat one. But then I forgot that my sister had erased my Snapchat pictures off of her thing, and then I did this.
And that's fine, and you can do Twitter, but I mean, you just need to make sure that if you need to print out the requirements from online to have them over the weekend, then do that. I mean, there's so many options to get this done. I'm just really concerned that it didn't get in until Tuesday, so.
I have a question.
Yes.
If we did really badly on it, can we like completely redo it? Possibly do it?
Because it's a project, I'm not going to let you do that, and there were so many opportunities for you to come up to me, I mean, you had a little bit of opportunity on Friday when I asked you which sections you wanted to do, and even when we were going over sections, I made sure to say that you at least had to have 14 points when we were talking about it, because I said I wanna make sure it's long enough, but not too long, so it's impossible, but long enough to get that 14 sections. You were free to add more if you thought, well, I did, I translated what I had. You can always add like a side note, you can add more to it, you could say maybe Juliet would message her nurse here or something. I mean, I wanted you to take creativity, because you are such creative girls. So, anyway, we will keep moving forward, I was just concerned about that. I thought it was going to go a lot better and it didn't go very well, so. And some of it's on me too, because I don't know what you guys have experience with, I've not been with you since the beginning, so. We'll see moving forward what we can do better, improve upon that. But, okay, so the last thing I want you to do today, what I'm going to hand you is, you remember these that I handed you earlier. Have any of you been tracking the acts and scenes by even just drawing this out in your notebook and following along? Have you been taking any notes as you've been reading, cliff notes, study notes, so that you know what's happening as you're going?
I think I got it.
I think we had a notebook I left at home, but yeah.
And I
I'm supposed to
figured,
do these.
yes, I asked you to do questions.
I wasn't sure, so I did
Did I
them.
ask you to do questions from the end? No, I can't remember anymore.
Only
I think I
from-
just, no, I just asked you to read.
Okay.
I just asked you to read, so it's okay, thank you, I'm excited, I'm glad. So anyway, so this, I made 4 packets that are basically 5 scenes deep, so you can do this. As your homework tonight, I want you to go back through the book, you're back through Act 3, you were supposed to read it over the weekend, and I want you to take these and fill them out. So I will hand these out to you so you can look at them again.
Thank you.
Liz, that's the class of Miss Welch's that have noon duty, right?
Yes, and you will have,
Start going outside.
study hall in here, I think. Okay, so I did just one of these from scene 2, act 2. It didn't take me very long, but it was a scene I was really familiar with, it was the balcony scene. So, the 2 people people that were in the scene were Romeo and Juliet and kind of the nurse, so I made sure to put those characters in the top, because that's what I wanted to do. And I gave you 2 separate sections, because there's usually, more than one happening. If you want to create your own of these on notebook paper, you can definitely do that. You don't have to use the packet I handed you, I don't mind. Make it work for you. But I do want to see that you're taking notes on what actually happened, your reaction, and how it related to the last scene. So that as you're going through, you're making those connections and you're watching the plot develop. Because we talked about the little lumper at the beginning, but it keeps following a plot, it keeps going up. So scene 3 is really getting to the climax there. We're making it over that last
Act 3 is where it was like all.
It's explosions, nearly. But anyway, so I would like to see, I've got fine handwriting, so you can do, I want you to have enough detail into this so you know what's going on, so I can tell that you know what's going on, but I don't want you to kill yourself trying to put every little conversation in there, every little happenstance. But make sure to fill these out pretty thoroughly. These are your study tool to get through to the next chapter. I think if you had done this for Act 2, you would have done better on the assorting the cards and being able to answer those better. So, really make sure to dig through, and then I'm going to have you turn these in, and I am going to give you points for getting it done, and then give you corrections where I see that you need them so that I know that you're on the right course, and then we'll discuss it tomorrow. Does that make sense? Okay.
So there's, this whole packet has to be done by tomorrow?
Yes, because it's just a summary of Act 3, and you've already read Act 3, because I gave you a ton of days to do it. So, it's due.
I read it like 3 times.
Good, perfect.
I
So then that should be no
memorized
problem.
right now.
Okay, so does anyone else, would anyone like a blank copy of the character sheet again? Does anyone want to go
No,
through?
I still have that.
You still have yours? Okay. Don't forget to use these as you're going. Don't forget to keep adding little details that you're noticing, adding their change as they're going through the plot. Make sure that you have that continuing onward. So yes,
How many scenes were
there
there?
are 5 scenes in Act. Yes, as I checked. Do you have any questions at all? Is there any confusion on what I'm asking? You can definitely use Spark Notes if you're not sure of an act, or you're reading something and it doesn't make sense. Use your book, use Spark Notes. Make sure that the notes you're taking are a good understanding and not just a copy of what's on the page because you don't really get that section. And you can come to me with questions. I would love to walk you through them too. You can rely on me as well, but I would hate to have you come in tomorrow and hold up your packet and go, I just didn't get all of scene 3, of Act 3, scene 3. I just didn't understand any of it, so I didn't put anything
I
down.
do have a question, actually.
Yes,
What act and scene are we starting from?
Act 3, scene 1.
Oh,
So it should be, you're doing all of Act 3. Yes.
I was in all of it.
Oh, no, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
All of just Act 3 and all the scenes in Act 3, because that was the homework that I assigned you, that's what we're working on next. Good question. You're confused and ask, Erin.
Well, that's what I was asking you right here, but it didn't, like,
Did not compute? And we get out of the class at 12, right?
12, 17.
No, it was early than that.
Why?
For noon duty.
Oh. Forgot about that. Okay, vocab, no wait, I wanna show you it on here.
You know, what happens to us usually going at 10 when we have meetings?
Maybe it is 12.
Anyway,
I thought it was 12, but
Let's move on.
okay, so, this is what you're going to be looking at when you get on there. Sorry, can you guys see? I always leave all the lights on and stand really close to it because I can't even see it. Better? Okay. So we're doing these Unit 1 through 3 review, and the word study 1 through 3 review. So you've got these analogies. Some of these, I think, especially in this word study one, oh, I clicked on it, oh good. So these idioms I didn't assign you because they don't have anything to do with your vocab, and I don't get it at all. So don't worry about those. You're not gonna be doing them, they're not assigned to you. But you've got these analogies, vocabulary for comprehension, 2-word completions, prep worksheet, and here's the mastery test. So can you click on that? Good. Okay. this mastery test here is 100 questions long, and it does basic meaning, so what do these words mean in the sentence that they're being used in? And these are just covering what you already did, these are the same words you already had. So then there's synonyms, so you look for the synonyms of the words, you're gonna have an antonym section, where you look for the antonyms of the words. And then there should be one more section, I can't remember what it is. And then filling in the blanks, so picking the best word. So these are gonna be what you're really, analogies. You're gonna have to do analogies, so
What is an analogy again?
they're practices. An analogy is, linking the two words. So trite is unfavorable as to something as, which one.
Those are
I
awesome.
was literally about to say that.
I hate those
I
so
was literally
much.
about to say plain as the sky.
Anyway, okay, so, but this is what you have practice on analogies, you're going to be working with them before you just get handed them. So the assignments that you have will cover these pretty well. Don't be afraid to go back, and there's the 100 questions, so.
So we're doing this today, or?
No, this is due on Friday, your test on Friday will be that, 100 question thingy, so. So,
Yes.
if you have access to go back through units 1 through 3, go through and listen to the unit passage, check it out, go back into it. And anyway, so make sure that you're getting this done outside of class, because we always run out of time because I talk too much. So, that being said, please go and, and log in and check this out and start working with it a little bit.
We have, hey, the computer didn't send its time back. Or forward, I guess.
What a
Just bring
slacker.
forward.
It's okay. Not that much, but that's fine.
You just
Go look.
stalled the train on the train.